Steelers Nation, welcome back to the channel where we break down all things black and gold. The playoffs are almost here, and our team is laser-focused on getting better every single day to bring home those wins. Today we're talking about reinforcements. Yes, reinforcements, returning to the field just in time for the most important stretch of the season. We'll also dive into what Cam Hayward had to say about fixing the defense and how the Steelers can lock in a win against the Bengals this week. Before we jump in, do me a favor. Smash that like button to show your Steelers pride. It helps this channel reach more of Steeler Nation and keeps the momentum going as strong as a TJ Watt sack. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss a single update. Let's get to it. Big news out of Steelers camp this week. 3 key players, Cole Holcomb, Roman Wilson, and Logan Lee, are officially back at practice. This is massive, Steelers fans, especially as we gear up for a tough Week 18 matchup and a postseason run. Let's break it down. Cole Holcomb, our big free agent linebacker signing from last offseason, had been a cornerstone of the defense before a knee injury sidelined him. With 54 tackles in just 8 games, his presence was felt all over the field. Getting him back could be a game changer, especially when it comes to stopping dynamic offenses like Cincinnati's. He's got 21 days to get activated, but there's hope he might suit up as early as this Saturday. Then there's Roman Wilson, the rookie wide receiver out of Michigan. His debut was delayed, and he's been on IR since his only game earlier this season, but his potential is undeniable. With George Pickens and Mike Williams leading the charge, adding Wilson to the mix gives us another weapon in the slot to keep defenses guessing. Finally, Logan Lee, our 6th-round pick, is back and ready to add depth to the defensive line. While he's more of a rotational player at this point, every extra body counts when you're facing explosive offenses like the Bengals and potentially in hostile playoff environments. Now let's talk about why this week is so important. The Steelers are currently holding the 5th seed in the AFC, but it's far from locked in. If we lose to the Bengals and teams like the Chargers and Broncos win, we could drop to the 6th seed. And you know what that means? Traveling to Baltimore to face the Ravens in the wild card round. That's not ideal. On the flip side, if we hold on to the 5th seed, we're likely heading to Houston to take on the Texans. Let's be honest, that's a way more favorable matchup. So this game against the Bengals isn't just about ending a 3-game losing streak. It's about setting ourselves up for success in the playoffs. The Bengals won't be an easy opponent. Joe Burrow has been lights out this season, making a strong case for MVP. And then there's Jamar Chase, who's on pace for the receiving Triple Crown, leading the league in catches, yards, and touchdowns. The last time we faced them, we managed a thrilling 44-38 win, thanks in part to Russell Wilson's best game of the year. But let's be real, we can't count on 400 yards and 3 touchdowns from our QB every week. The defense has to step up. That brings us to the defense. It's no secret, they've struggled over the past 3 games. Communication has been a mess, and the group hasn't been able to get off the field when it matters most. Cam Hayward addressed this head-on, saying the key to proving the defense has fixed its issues is simple. We just have to play great. No excuses, no overthinking, just execution. The Bengals' offense is lethal, but Hayward and company have a chance to redeem themselves. The return of Holcomb could be the boost we need to solidify the linebacker unit, and Hayward himself has to lead by example. The playoffs demand perfection, and this defense needs to find its rhythm now, not later. All right, Steelers Nation, I want to hear from you. Are you excited to see Cole Holcomb, Roman Wilson, and Logan Lee back in action? Do you think their return will make the difference we need to secure the win against Cincinnati and head into the playoffs strong? And what about the defense? Do you agree with Cam Hayward that it's all about simply playing great, or do you think there's a deeper issue with communication and execution? How confident are you that this unit can shut down Burrow and Chase this week? Drafted in the 1st round of the 2022 NFL Draft, Kenny Pickett was supposed to be the hometown hero. A University of Pittsburgh alum, he had all the makings of the next great Steelers quarterback. And let's be real, he gave us some unforgettable moments, game-winning drives, flashes of brilliance, and the kind of grit Steelers fans love. But things didn't quite pan out the way we all hoped. In 2023, Pickett suffered an injury, and Mason Rudolph seized the opportunity to lead the offense. Then came the signing of veteran quarterback Russell Wilson, a move that reportedly left Pickett feeling like the organization didn't believe in him. By the end of the season, he requested a trade, and just like that, his time in Pittsburgh was over. Now here's where it gets interesting. Since joining the Philadelphia Eagles as Jalen Hurts' backup, Pickett has had moments to shine. But during a recent media session, he made comments that have Steelers fans raising their eyebrows. Pickett described the Eagles' culture as having a college team atmosphere, a seemingly innocent remark. But when you think about it, that's a direct comparison to his time in Pittsburgh, the only other NFL organization he's been a part of. Was it a subtle jab at Mike Tomlin and the Steelers? Did Pickett feel like the culture in Pittsburgh wasn't as supportive or cohesive as what he's experiencing now in Philadelphia? While he didn't outright criticize the Steelers, the implication is hard to ignore. It's fair to assume that Pickett was hinting at some level of dissatisfaction with his time in Pittsburgh. Let's not forget the challenges he faced here. An underwhelming offensive system under Matt Canada, constant scrutiny as a first-round pick, and the pressure of being seen as Big Ben's successor. It's no wonder he may have felt frustrated. And yet, Steelers fans are divided. Some believe Pickett simply didn't have what it takes to succeed as an NFL starter. Others argue he was never truly set up for success in Pittsburgh. What do you think, Steelers Nation? Was Kenny a victim of circumstances, or did the team make the right call by moving on? Let's talk about where we stand now. Russell Wilson has brought a veteran presence to the locker room, and while the offense is still finding its rhythm, it's clear the Steelers are looking ahead, not back. But that doesn't mean the what-ifs surrounding Pickett are going away anytime soon. Pickett's time under center for the Eagles has shown flashes of why he was a first-round pick. When Jalen Hurts was out with a concussion, Pickett stepped in and delivered solid performances before an injury sidelined him again. It's hard not to wonder, could he have developed into that player if given more time in Pittsburgh? Steelers Nation, this story isn't just about Kenny Pickett. It's about what we as fans expect from our team and its culture. Do you think the Steelers should have handled Pickett's situation differently? Was the signing of Russell Wilson a sign that the organization didn't have enough patience? Or did Pickett simply not live up to the high expectations we all had for him? And here's the big question. How do you feel about his recent comments? Do you see them as a genuine reflection of his time in Pittsburgh, or do you think they were blown out of proportion? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. No matter where you stand on Kenny Pickett's story, one thing is clear. We're all united by our love for this team. Players come and go, but the black and gold runs through our veins. Whether you think the Steelers made the right call or not, let's keep the conversation going as we support our team in their quest for greatness. All right, Steelers Nation, that's all for today's video. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to hit that like button. It really helps the channel grow and keeps the Steelers conversation alive. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a single update. This is it, folks. The final week of the regular season. Everything we've been building toward comes down to these moments. If you believe in this team, if you're fired up to see the black and gold make a deep playoff run, then hit that like button and drop a comment with your predictions. Who's ready to see the Steelers shock the world? Steelers Nation, we're all in this together. The road to the Super Bowl starts with this week, and I know we can do it. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel for all the latest updates, breakdowns, and more. Let's show the league what it means to be part of Steelers Nation. Here we go, Steelers. See you in the comments, and let's get that win.